welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be trying a few complexion products. Primarily, I wanted to test out this new Makeup Forever HD Skin Twist and Light. So this is going to be the primary focus of the video, but I figured while we're trying complexion products, I have a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight to test out as well that I've never worn yet. So if that sounds good to you, just keep watching, give this video a thumbs up, and stick around, subscribe if you haven't yet. I do upload videos twice a week on Sundays and Thursdays. And with all that, let's just scoot you in and get to applying these products. You're a little bit closer. I'm going to take my glasses off. We're gonna get started, but before that, I did apply the rest of my makeup. So I have everything. I have eyeshadow, brows, mascara, lips, foundation, everything other than complexion products. I am wearing the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation in case you're wondering. And then anything else on my face is always listed down in the description box below. Let's get started. So this powder, I haven't even opened it yet. I got the shade 2 medium and I was debating between that and light, but because it's summertime, I figured I'll get 2. We'll see if I regret it in about a second here. But this retails for 42 euros. I don't believe that it's in the States yet, and it has 8 grams of product. So let's break the seal here and get started. So here's what the container looks like. I think we've all kind of made just comparisons to the Oma Beauty where it has kind of the opening in the center here. Here the powders are loose, they're not pressed. I think the Oma Beauty one's pressed and then you twist it. I'm not sure, I don't have that product, so I can't really tell you. This does come in 4 shades and it's supposed to be vegan, it should be vegan, and 96% natural ingredients. So let's just twist this here. How do I twist this? Okay, it's a little bit tough to twist. Maybe I'm gonna need to do it. There we go. Okay, so there it goes. Again, I got the shade medium. There's 4 shades. So I'm not gonna start with much, like just teeny tiny bit in there. Let me take my glasses off. So first, I'm just gonna dip my brush in here and set under my eyes with a smaller brush and see how that goes, because I did not do that. And this is supposed to be good for all skin types. They say that their makeup artist specifically formulated it for that. And it's supposed to be lightweight. I think I just put too much. Lightweight, undetectable on the skin, and give a radiant, luminous finish for 24 hours. I'm not really gonna test the claims, but we'll see at least if it's radiant. I'm not gonna see if it lasts 24 hours. Just based on my under eyes, I'm glad I got the shade medium because it did lighten my foundation just a little bit. And I wear the shade 4 in the Light Wonder foundation just so you kind of have like a gauge. I would say that I'm on the scale of like light almost into the medium zone for skin tone. That's where I would put myself. That does fluctuate. Sometimes I'm lighter, sometimes I'm a little bit darker, not really. But this actually looks nice so far. I'm going to get just a bigger brush here. It doesn't look clean, but it is clean. And I'm gonna twist more into this. It won't do it sideways. It does fit the brush nice in here. Like the hole is big enough where you can fit your brush. So I do like that. You don't have to dump it into the cap. And then I'm gonna just set the rest of this. I don't typically use a lot of powder. This is more powder than I normally use, but since we're testing it, I'm not gonna use it like I normally do. However, I am probably more light-handed than the average person. I do have medium leaning dry skin, and I don't know if you can tell, but right here, it's kind of just bunching up a little. I want to just see, maybe I can take it down with my sponge here and press it in It kind of just almost looks like the powder stuck together, but just in that one spot. I don't necessarily have a dry patch there, but everywhere else it looks really nice. It does look undetectable on the skin, I will give it that. I don't feel like it looks heavy or cakey at all. It didn't change my foundation. It's not really going away, so I have a feeling that it's maybe just some skin texture that I didn't know about before. I'm not sure, because it's just that one spot. But the rest of my skin looks really nice. It does have like just a hint of that Hourglass ambient lighting powder while still looking really natural. I don't feel like I have flecks of sparkles on my face or anything. It's very bizarre because I feel like it looks natural yet radiant. It's definitely not matte, but I don't know, there's just kind of like a very, very subtle shine to it. It sets really well, like my face feels pretty set, doesn't feel sticky at all, and it is hot today. It's very humid actually. I think it's gonna rain, but I like how it's set. It looks really nice. I do think that this packaging's a little bulky for what it is. You're gonna see, again, this has 8 grams of product, and I have something else that has 8 grams of product and it's much smaller, so it is bulky, but I do like the concept of just not wasting product. I can't speak on if, Oma Beauty came up with this first or if it's just coincidence. However, I appreciate the concept. I think it's really cool. It's different. That's what made me want to purchase it because of that. So I'm not mad at it at all, but we'll see how it wears while I just apply the rest of these products on. For bronzer, we have this Guerlain Terracotta Blooming Bee. So this is the one that they come out with for summertime. However, from what I understand, this is not like a unique bronzer. It's just the number 3 bronzer with a bee, an emblem in it, which is kind of like their logo. So if you already have the number 3 bronzer, you don't need this. The only other Guerlain bronzer I have is this one, which is the Sun-Kissed Healthy Glow Powder in the shade 2 Natural Cool. So this does kind of just have like little slivers of pink in it with the different colored bronzer. And then this one just has the bronzer with some pink and then a little bit of highlight in the wings there. I will be inserting in swatches of all these products, so just stick around for that. But I didn't want to mess this up right away. This has 10 grams of product and it's supposed to give a luminous, radiant glow to your skin and just bring it out of your skin. Not necessarily a radiant bronzer, but more just bring the radiance from your skin and let it shine through. So we are going to test that. I'm gonna just lightly swirl it a little. Yeah, so right when I did that, you can already see like the highlight left the little wings there, which is fine. Products are meant to be used. It is there's a lot of kick up. A lot of kick up to that. Very interesting. The other Guerlain, this one does not have as much kick up, but let's just get to applying this. If you're sensitive to fragrance, Guerlain does have a very heavy scent, so just know that if you've never tried Guerlain products. It is very heavily scented, just very florally. It's a lot lighter than I was thinking it was going to be, but then I remembered that my other Guerlain bronzer does run a little bit light as well. I don't know if I would say I see a lot of the pink in it. I do really like those bronzers that have a little bit of pink in them. And then this is kind of what the bee's looking like now. So it clearly is going to fade pretty quickly and you're not going to have like the pretty design in it. Here's what we're looking like. I think it looks actually pretty good. But if you're any darker than I am, this is going to be just way, way too light for you. So here's what we're looking like. I think my skin looks really good. It looks really filtered right now. Very luminous without being just too radiant. I'm liking where we are. let's move on to blush. For blush, I have this Givenchy blush here. Figured this was the perfect time to test this out because it's very similar to the Makeup Forever, where it has like these 4 little quadrants. I've been sitting on this product waiting to test it out, and now we finally can. I'm gonna take this little seal off. It does come with a little puff to just protect the product and make sure it doesn't get everywhere. I have the shade 4 Organza Sienna, which is described as a brick red and burnt sienna to enliven the skin with a brown toned harmony. So this is the shade I just decided to go with. I wanted something that was a little bit darker, a little bit more neutral, because I know that they have like that really, really pink shade. It does come in 6 shades and it's $41 with 6 grams of product. So not terrible. Again, like this is 8 grams of product and this is 6. So you can just see how much smaller and compact this is. I do like that. I'm gonna use this little cheek brush from Sonia G. This is just the cheek brush, okay? And we're gonna go in. It doesn't have too bad of a smell, but it does kind of just have that luxury smell vibe. I'm gonna apply it to this cheek here. And actually with the bronzer, because the bronzer had a little bit of pink, I think this goes perfectly with the bronzer. I don't know if it goes with my eye look that much because it's very warm toned, but that's okay. So here's what this side's looking like. I like this a lot. I do like that it has the little puff. I really hate products that get really messy. So because it has the puff, I know it won't do that. Usually if it doesn't, I'll just get like a cotton round and put it in myself to kind of just stop it. So when I looked on the Givenchy website, it did say this was supposed to color adjust based on the ambient light settings. So it doesn't sound like it's so much adjusting to your skin tone, more based on the light. I don't really understand how that works. Sometimes these brands, they just like spout out nonsense and we eat it up. But I can't say this doesn't look really, really pretty. I like this more than the bronzer, I think. I know blush is just like really popular right now, but I have not been able to get on that train fully yet. Like my toes are dipped in and I've definitely upped my blush consumption, but I'm just not ready to fully submerge myself into that trend. Just a little too old for that maybe, but we're starting little by little. Probably by the time that it's no longer a thing, I'll be all about it. That's just how life goes. And then here we are. It does say that the blush is supposed to last for 12 hours. I mean, blush fades fairly quickly, so we will see about that. I'll leave a pinned comment below on just how everything wore by the end of the night. And then last up, we have highlight. This is not a new highlighter by any means, but if you watched any of my old videos, you know that I've moved from the US to Europe. I still have quite a few things over in Arizona in storage. And when I was recently over there, I was able to bring a lot of it back. So now I kind of have a lot of products to just try and test. So this is the Benefit Cookie Highlighter. Thought we would just add this to the video. I take out this brush here. We've all seen this. I just have never tried it. They do sell Benefit here, but I had already purchased it so long ago, I wasn't gonna purchase it again when I knew that I had it. This is $32 with 8 grams. And then just to compare again, this is 8 grams. So both of these have 8 grams of product in them, just to show a size comparison. And let's just add this to our cheeks here. It's supposed to be like a very light golden glow and give a lit from within finish, which basically just means that it's a highlight. And here it is. I don't know if I can, I mean, we'll see if my opinion changes. I have a hard time just like when so many people are talking about it, like how can it be that popular? But we'll see. I mean, it is really pretty. I do like the tone. Go down the bridge of my nose here. Usually just add a little to my forehead. Cupid's bow. And there we have it. You can kind of see it there. I'm gonna put my glasses on, scoot you guys back, and we're gonna talk about these products a little bit more. I have everything applied to my face. I did just set my makeup with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultrafine Mist. So let's just kind of recap these products, starting with the Makeup Forever. I actually really like this. I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. I don't gravitate towards Makeup Forever products very much. It's just not a brand that sticks out to me. I tried their foundation not that long ago, their original one. I think it's reformulated now, that everyone loved. It was just a classic for a lot of people. That looked terrible on my skin. So after that, it was just not really a brand that I really looked at. When I was a lot younger, like around 18, 20, I did have just that HD powder, the white one that gave everyone just crazy flashback. I think I went through an entire pan of that. So I knew that I liked Makeup Forever powders, which is the big reason why I wanted to try this, and it did not disappoint. It does remind me of that powder just a little bit in how fine it is, how light it feels on the skin, and really just, it is undetectable. They describe it as undetectable, and I really do agree with that claim. I like that it has the different color correcting, but you can't tell too much. I would say I'm happy I went with the shade medium. If you're around my skin tone, I would stick to that. If you're very, very fair, then get the light. And I could probably get away with the light. However, I am glad that I stuck with the medium and got that one. This is something that I think that I'm gonna reach for quite often. Only time will tell. I usually, in about a month or so, kind of take all the products that I've been testing, reviewing, and just do a ranking video on that. So stick around for that. Keep an eye out for that video. Subscribe so you can get notified when it goes up. And that's when I can kind of just tell you, was I really reaching for it? Was it something I had to remind myself to be reaching for? And that's the feeling that I get with this bronzer. This bronzer for Guerlain, while it's beautiful, it doesn't really stand out as being something that I'll just have to wear. Right now, I'm really into my NARS cream bronzer that's in Shop My Stash. This one that's in Laguna. Just been preferring cream bronzers lately. This is really nice, and I do prefer a bronzer that has the pinky tones in it. There's a Dior one that I have that I reach for all the time. It has the little pinks in it. I like bronzers like this. However, this just doesn't stand out enough for me to want to wear again. I can tell you that already. Yet we'll wait for that video and just see. That's just my initial thoughts on it so far. This blush though, this is probably my favorite product that I tried. I don't know what it is about it, but I really just like how it looks on my skin. Maybe it's how it looks with the bronzer, I don't know. But I think it's just really natural, gives like a sunburnt feeling to the skin. And I can see this being a shade that you can wear in summer for that sunburnt look, but you can wear it in fall because it's darker. Again, I have the shade Organza Sienna shade 4. I might look into picking up more shades of this. Loose powder products can be a little hit or miss for me because they can just get really messy. Yet this one is just very well contained. It has a lip here, and then it has the little powder puff, so you know that it's not gonna get all messy and have it like stick to the lid or doing any of that stuff. I can't say enough good things about this. I really like it, and I'm already looking forward to wearing it again. So I have high hopes that this is just gonna be a very well-loved product. And then lastly, we have the Cookie Highlight from Benefit. I feel like the hype's died down. It's just taken me a very long time to try this eventually, but I did still want to give it a shot. I'm not gonna say it isn't pretty. It's very nice, but I don't know if it's gonna be my favorite. It's maybe just a little bit more blinding than I want it to be, and I prefer just a highlight that's maybe a little bit more subtle, a little more natural. Again, we'll rank it in a little while. I'll test it out a few more times and just see. I know Benefit came out with new blushes, and I looked at them. I don't think I'm gonna pick any of them up. However, I am happy that they finally listened to people and slimmed down their packaging, because this one is still bulky. hopefully they repackage all their other just boxed blushes, boxed highlights, and make them slimmer. I'm not gonna repurchase this highlight just to get the slimmer packaging, but just for the future, it would be nice if they do that for all the rest of them, because this bulky packaging is just not doing it for me. I feel like it will stop me from reaching for it just based on the packaging alone. With that though, that is going to wrap up this video trying these new products. Let me know in the comments below if you plan on picking up this powder, if you already have any of these other products that I've talked about, and if they work for you, what you think of them. I'm really interested to know, especially this bronzer, just because this is the one I'm the most iffy about. If you like this, how are you using it? Maybe I just need to use a different brush with it. But we're gonna just leave it here. I hope everyone's doing great, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.